Even in modern times where there's an atmosphere of tense peace, soldiers are tools of each country's power and are constantly sent on the strangest missions you can imagine. Their duty is to obey, to carry out orders, to follow command. However, there are a few occasions when this isn't possible, especially when something completely inexplicable comes along that even a veteran American soldier doesn't know how to deal with. Would you like to know 5 of the most chilling moments that a soldier has managed to record in the middle of a mission? Do you want to know the strange creatures they have faced? Then join us, because this tour will surprise you. The life of a soldier is not an easy one. Number 5. The Super Soldier. As strange as it may seem to you, every now and then there are social implosions in the United States that shake the cities. These are really strong riots and protests that set the cities of each state on fire and make the police forces unable to contain them. In these situations, the Specialized Army Corps usually intervene and try to calm the area, although sometimes they need a greater effort than expected to achieve it. This is what happened when a group of people organized to loot and burn a town in Virginia. Men and women came together to attack establishments and burn cars. Chaos ensued in every corner of the country, but then law enforcement intervened. The man in charge of this onslaught couldn't immediately calm people down, but it took what many still call the Super Soldier, who was a huge man with nerves of steel that intervened in all the violent places and managed to disarm the attackers. It's believed that this is a Superman who cannot be hurt easily, and his energy is practically inexhaustible. As the leader of these troops, this guy has great control over the soldiers and is the first to enter the assaults or to subdue those armed with guns or Molotov cocktails. Little is known about this man, but undoubtedly, the filming of his actions reveals that he's something out of this planet. Number 4. A chilling encounter. There's a popular saying that assures that cameras never lie, much less when filming an event of war conflict, because no one knows how to fake or manipulate an image when they feel immersed in mortal danger. These words have some wisdom in the background and will help us understand the following case. The images you have before you are old footage recovered from some unknown place in which a really disturbing event is shown. In the beginning, the excess of light prevents us from clearly seeing what's happening, but we quickly distinguish a group of restless soldiers. Something is bothering them, and when the camera zooms in, we discover what it is. On the ground, upside down, we can see a creature we only know from tales of terror and fantasy. It's a 4-legged animal with white fur, a prominent snout, and a mouthful of teeth so sharp they could cut metal. To these characteristics, we must add something peculiar, and that's the hair and eyes of the animal, which have many similarities with that of a human. This only brings us closer to what we all suspect. The creature is a werewolf. At least, this is what those who have seen these images claim. Apparently, the footage shows a group of soldiers who recently managed to shoot down this evil creature in the middle of a forest in a conflict zone. Very little information is available regarding the disturbing encounter, but as we mentioned at the beginning, there are videos that don't deceive, and this one seems to be as sincere as it is real. Number 3. An inhuman attack. There are videos that make us feel vulnerable, weak, and deeply disturbed. This usually happens when we witness the death of another person or a really difficult situation, and what this Russian radar captured fits this description perfectly. But don't worry, it's not graphic at all, so you can watch it without a problem. The recording is composed of white spots on a black field representing physical space. For its part, the spot shows us the movements of a Russian soldier who is being chased by a series of people who walk with very particular features. Some of them walk with their hands backwards, others with their arms stretched forward, and most of them seem to move by inertia, as if attracted by something specific. The scene becomes a real horror as we hear the desperate voice of the soldier. He keeps firing his gun at the man following him, but to no avail. The people don't seem to fall or receive any damage, On the contrary, they follow him with more energy and the sound of the bullets seems to attract more people. Undoubtedly, we are witnessing something inhuman, similar to the zombies in movies or the Walking Dead in fictional stories. However, this is real. Too real. So much so that when we reach the end of the video, the soldier is surrounded by these disturbing zombies, and after a tense moment, the poor man is dismembered by these dark beings. Social networks have been fascinated by these images. No one can find a real explanation for the events, and even those who believe that it's a montage accept that it has particularities too real to be a farce. It seems that we are in front of tenebrous content whose only explanation is in the hands of the Russian government, although they have never pronounced themselves on the matter. Number 2. A possessed soldier. In Colombia, the armed forces have never been something to joke about. These soldiers have faced some really tough adversity, such as the FARC, drug trafficking, and corruption. That's why finding a video like the one you're about to see surprises everyone, especially the Colombian people, as this content shows a disturbing reality.
Pero, quieto, vea mi primero, vea, mire, vea. Quieto, quieto, vea. ¡Ay, mi cago! Tranquilo, que no te va a llevar. Tranquilo, vea mi primero, ¿ah? No te lleva, él no te lleva, él no te lleva, él no te lleva.
The video starts with a war situation. These soldiers are in the middle of a precarious place and underground. There's a soldier who seems to be suffering from an illness that makes him delirious. The rest of the men look worried. Something happened before the recording that has upset them, and now they are all in the place to witness it. Unfortunately for them, it isn't long before the unthinkable happens. The man wakes up upset and fearful. The world seems to be spinning around him, and immediately, a supernatural force pulls him down. There's no one doing it. His legs are rigid, stretched out as if an invisible being were grabbing him by the ankles. The soldiers are petrified. No one can believe what's happening. Not even the captain of the group knows what to do. But before the pleas and wails of this poor man, everyone rushes over his body to try to prevent this possible paranormal creature from taking him away. In social networks, these images have caused a great stir. Although some suggest that it could be a manipulation, most of the audience agrees that there are too many elements that give it veracity. The soldier was about to be possessed. Although no one can explain why or how this is possible, the mystery survives, and those responsible for the video have kept absolutely silent after it was leaked on the internet. Number 1. A mysterious sighting. The most difficult missions to which a group of soldiers can be subject are those involving heights and a parachute drop. Usually, these types of tactics are used to approach unknown territories or compromised locations, but the video you're about to witness reveals neither of these. It's actually the moment before a soldier jumped out of the plane. In the images, we can clearly see the scene. The sky is clear, the plane is moving into position, and the soldier is ready to take the leap into the void. However, just before he does, the camera captures something that shouldn't be there. Did you see it? Look closely. It's a strange shadow that resembles a spaceship or a giant bat, whose wings would be the size of 2 large church doors. The spot barely invades the field of vision for a few moments, but after a few brief seconds, it gets even closer to the ship, and we can detail it clearly. It looks like a strange flying object, a ship that escapes our reasoning and our understanding. At first glance, it could be some unknown machine, a satellite, or some remote control object, but certainly we're almost completely unaware of what it could be. The video was posted on social media anonymously, and some users quickly downloaded it before it was taken down. Thanks to this, the images spread with speed, although for the moment, we still don't understand what our eyes can perceive in the disturbing video. However, this isn't the first time that an event of this caliber has occurred. History is full of similar events. Everything points to the fact that places of conflict where death is present usually attract all kinds of creepy creatures that you too will be able to discover by checking out the following videos. We are talking, of course, about truly disturbing facts, and if you'd like to know more, then come with us to find out. Ready? Here are the videos.